Hello, welcome to Clover's Corner. I'm Talia, and today we are going to be doing a get ready with me, because we're going to kill two birds with one stone, which is a very violent saying. And we're going to talk about life. So, I've got all my products up here on the side of my window, and if you're not watching, you're just listening, you're going to have to use your imagination. So, first steps first. Not to prime is a crime. If it will come out the tube. No, that's probably enough actually. So what has everyone been up to? As far as I have been, was that English? I don't know. I haven't been up to too much, but I went to the dentist recently, and I hate the dentist. It's my least favourite place on planet Earth. And nothing was wrong, but I dread the dentist because I don't know if I've said it on this podcast before, but I have chronic dental trauma. I have an extreme underbite that can only be fixed with jaw surgery, but I don't want to do that. So where do we start? I was just born with extremely crooked teeth and an underbite, so I got a jaw expander, and I had to wear a headgear at night, and that kind of stretched everything out. And then I had braces and a retainer, and now I have a permanent retainer, but I just have to, I'm just one of those people that have to get my teeth cleaned a lot, because it's quite hard to get in through all the gaps with my underbite and everything. But I was really afraid they were going to say something was wrong, but nothing was wrong, so that's great. I even, I've only had 2 wisdom teeth removed, because I only have 2. And I think that's to do with my jaw as well. So what's been happening since the last time I saw you? Hang on, I just grabbed my palette here. The Grammys happened, which the Grammys just reminds me every year that I have no idea about anything to do with pop culture anymore, because I'm so behind. I am always lost at who people are. I know who Miley is though. I love Miley, and I just could not stop looking at her arms, respectfully, just because she is so jacked. It is crazy. But the Grammys is kind of one of those institutions where they always seem to get it wrong with awards. Like, they always give the wrong people the awards, it seems like. Like, I'm happy for Miley, but that might have been the only award that No, I agreed with most of the awards this year, but it's just like, you know, they famously get it wrong a lot. Oh, that reminds me, when it comes to makeup stuff, I thought I was just, like, chronically allergic to makeup. No, I'm allergic to pretty much everything from Maybelline. Every time I use Maybelline, my eyes water like crazy, and I thought it was just I'm sensitive to makeup. I switched the makeup and now I'm fine. Oh wait, why am I grabbing this? I do foundation first. Oh no, I can lean over and do this maybe? Yeah, that will work. This Charlotte Tilbury foundation is great because it's got a pump. A lot of makeup brands don't use a pump, which is really stupid, because I'm like, how else do you expect me to get the product out of the canister? Like, am I supposed to dump it on my hand? So when it comes to music though, I will say my favourite band in the entire world released an album a few days ago, and it was incredible. I don't know if you know this, but MGMT is my favourite band of all time. I've had many favourite bands, but nothing compares to MGMT. It's actually why I have my can you even see it there? Is this the right arm? You probably can't see it, but it says congratulations there. And it's because it's my favourite song by my favourite artist on my favourite album. Because the song is called Congratulations and the album is called that too. But I saw Pitchfork only gave Loss of Life, the new MGMT album, 6.9 out of 10, which is just so wrong. They've never... I feel like I always have the opposite opinion of, like, album reviews. I don't know. But if it was up to me, it'd be a 10 out of 10, which is kind of a cop-out because it's my favourite band. But the album is so good, I was so impressed. I definitely recommend you listen to them if you haven't. There's no way you know who I am and not MGMT though, so that's ridiculous. when I was saying how I don't know who anyone is at the Grammys, I felt very stupid for not knowing who SZA was, and then falling in love with her the second after she won an award. I'm always incredibly late to these things. I used to think I was like on the bandwagon or like ahead of the curve on this stuff. I was talking to my boyfriend Declan about it, and it's probably because when you're a teenager and a kid, you are always watching TV and there's commercials and the like commercial radio and stuff, and so you're always aware of new artists, which you think social media would help me with, but I'm kind of behind on that too. Also, speaking of music, Hall & Oates are suing each other because they're no longer friends. They're both claiming the other one is abusing them, and that it's like not great working conditions, like working together, and one of them wants to sell their rights to the music and the other one doesn't. Even with the like Taylor Swift stuff, I don't know how I feel about, like, you should own the rights to the stuff you make, obviously, but does it actually make a difference? Unless it's like a substantial amount of money. But then again, can you really own the things you make forever? Like, once you make something, you don't really own it anyway, because everyone else gets to consume the work. If that makes any sense. Speaking of, so I did a Beatles album worst to best album review sort of thing video, and it didn't perform very well, but I worked very hard on it. And it recently was announced that Sam Mendes, the director, is going to do a 4-part biopic on the Beatles, and so there's been a lot of memes about who would play each Beatle, and I don't know from most who would play who, but I recently watched Saltburn, and I definitely think Barry Keoghan would make a perfect Ringo Starr, because similar facial shape. I don't know if Barry Keoghan can sing, but I don't think that's a problem. Oh, hello. The what do you call it, co-host has decided to make an appearance. Sorry, I'm gonna do some weird positions. Hello, Clover. Don't knock the light, please. I've seen multiple people get Saltburn tattoos, and that seems so fast for a tattoo. Like, it feels like that movie just came out. But then again, I'm late for everything, so that's not surprising. Is it enough? Oh wait, I missed it completely. Biggs, I have missed so many spots just by talking. What the hell? So what else has been going on? I've tried to make it my goal to move out by the end of this year, but with every passing day I feel like that's probably not feasible. The rental crisis is kind of insane out there. They want a rental history, but I have no rental history, so how am I supposed to apply for things? It's funny because I was criminally against everything feminine and pretty and fun as a teenager, and now I'm doing makeup, and that's just something that, like, if my teenage self saw me doing, she would have a heart attack because she'd be like, what are you doing? Yeah, that should be good for that. Now, onto eyebrows, which I don't do anything that special for eyebrows. I literally use this Tarte Toasted, is it Toasted? Palette. And I pick the darkest shade, which is this one. And then I just run it through my eyebrows. Like, I have dark eyebrows anyway, so it shouldn't matter. Do you think we will ever go fully back to the dark, thin eyebrow phase? Because I don't think so. It used to be like a, a pencil. Hey, Clover. The co-host is back, and she's gone again. Wow. What kind of co-host is this? It always amazes me how fast trends change. Like, I was into Jeffree Star for a minute, and I can't believe that was ever a thing. It's like clown makeup and very poor quality clown makeup. But we all used to just ride his dick on everything. No, everyone used to, like, ride or die Jeffree Star, and I'm like, but for some reason he is allowed to get away with being just a shitty person. Like, his work ethic is pretty impressive that he keeps going, despite the fact no one likes him. But, I don't know, I just don't get it. How was I ever swindled into shilling him money? Okay, so eyebrows are done. Now we do eyeshadow. Eyeshadow for me is literally a lot easier than what it used to be. I used to try and do the Instagram baddie makeup, and it's just not a look for me. It's surprising how easy it is to do makeup now that my eyes aren't watering every 10 seconds like they were. If you're watching this far into the video, by the way, you feel free to reach out about this podcast or anything I make. I love talking to people about the stuff I make, but the comments on all the stuff I make seems to be so quiet. Like, no one actually responds to anything, despite the fact there's about 10,000 of you now. Maybe you're just shy, I don't know. Wouldn't this be funny if this is like the worst makeup I've ever done and then you saw it here on this video? I was gonna say live, but this isn't live, so you know. Because that would be very embarrassing. I'm not gonna name names, but there was a certain YouTuber I watch who did a very bad eyebrow tutorial once, and it was left up and they couldn't delete it because of a brand deal, and it was very embarrassing. So I literally just rub it like this and then pat. I know my application's probably horrible, but whatever. What else is there? Oh, I didn't even mention, so my mic stand, I totally copied Boticus. If you don't know Boticus is, she's like a massive streamer in Australia, but she also happens to be my boyfriend's sister. And so I kind of feel like that meme of Regina George, wasn't it? Like, she wore army shorts and flip-flops, so I wore army shorts and flip-flops. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. But yeah, I'm fully copying the aesthetic. It did stink when it came out the box, I will say that. Like, Jeff Bezos' Amazon is stinky. I'm so glad I don't do eyeliner, because we'd be here for 45 minutes trying to make it even. Another goal I've decided for this year, though, is I want to finish a song. I make music all the time, but by the time I get to the end stage of a song, I no longer like it, and I think it's shit. And it's not like a self-sabotage thing, it's just like I no longer like how it sounds. So I'm determined to make a song that I actually like. By the end of the year, I want to get a MIDI keyboard as well, because I love my machine, but it's quite hard to make a full song with just that, because I don't know, my capabilities are different with music. That's what gets me, is like Billie Eilish really just sits there and writes a song. Like, people just really be writing really good songs, and I'm like struggling to write a semi-okay song. That's a thing that reminds me I wanted to talk about. It's like, I remember as a teenager feeling like I was so behind because I hadn't got my license yet, and now as an adult I'm like, everyone does things at their own pace and it's fine, but I feel like there's a pressure for every child to be like a prodigy at the thing that they're good at. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like everyone wanted to be like the youngest person to win a Grammy, the youngest person to be this good at a sport, or get drafted for this, or, you know, and it's like, that's not everyone's end game for what they're doing. Another thing I've learned about doing makeup is lightly. I'm just so hard when I do stuff, and I'm like, you gotta be light about stuff, because once you start, you can't, it's a lot harder to go back. I'm really concentrating, so it's kind of hard to talk and do this at the same time. And you really gotta blend. I used to like half blend and then be like, that looks good. But no, it didn't. I kind of do a stamp and then I just brush and wiggle it around. And it's funny because just while doing makeup, this just reminded me, I feel like everyone wants to be a makeup artist, or at least everyone did, but I think that's kind of gone away now. But I remember everyone all of a sudden had an Instagram account, wanted to be a makeup artist. But I think it's one of those jobs where people like the idea of it, and most people wouldn't actually want to deal with the people side of it, because you are talking to people all day while you're doing it. So that's why I can never go back to hospitality jobs, not because I think I'm better than it, but because it's so overwhelming. The people who are actually good at doing makeup, they're probably cringing right now because I'm doing this very poorly, because I'm used to sitting so close to the mirror to do this. This might sound crazy, but I feel like doing your makeup is like one of the best parts of going out and doing things. Because I don't do makeup every day, so I just really enjoy the process of like starting? What am I trying to say? Like, this is kind of like the pre-game to whatever I'm doing, because I don't really drink. It's not that I've never had like a problem with alcohol or anything, but or any substance or any substance. Wow, I really can't talk. But I know so many people that do, and it's just, I don't enjoy the feeling of being drunk, really, and I don't like the taste of alcohol either. So it made it very easy for me, but as someone with like an addictive personality, I'm very thankful, because it could have been a slippery slope. Like, I remember going to parties as a teenager and there's just so much binge drinking, and it's really sad. And it's not that I'm against people who drink either, it's just not for me. And also because I'm on medication for a significant mental illness, it doesn't agree with me very well. I was reading this cool guide last night. It was a guide on how much of a substance you need to ingest before it can kill you, roughly. And the most dangerous substance on the list was Botox. Apparently, Botox is very dangerous with a very small amount, which is surprising because I would have thought it was like meth or an illicit drug. But most of the illicit drugs, it was like a lot more than you would expect to kill you. But it was based on by weight and stuff as well. I don't know if I want to talk about this, but I will. So a few years ago, I did on steroids after a gnarly reaction to a cat scratch, and that kind of made my weight gain go crazy. I had never really had a problem with it, and then it just kind of skyrocketed, and I was the biggest I'd ever been, which was strange because I'd never had issues with my weight before. And so I've been on this health journey, and I'm officially halfway to where I want to be, which is incredible. I've lost 8 kilos, which is crazy, and I'm very happy with that because I thought it was going to be so much harder. I mean, it has been hard. I felt like 3 months of starting, I didn't get a single difference on anything, like up or down. I remember when we used to highlight to the point of looking insane. I mean, this is still pretty damn heavy, but it's better than what I used to do. We're almost done with the look. Let me check. We just need mascara, lipstick, and setting spray, I think. That highlight is a bit much, but I will sweat it off, so that should be okay. Okay, lipstick and setting spray. and we should be done. Here's one thing though. During the makeup process, before I spray, I put on the smallest amount of foundation over all the problem areas. Lipstick is such an easy thing to do, but the first few times I did it, it was bad. Like, really bad. And that's kind of my finished look. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even if it wasn't the most exciting. And tell me what you think about the new intro card. I made it myself on Canva. So as always, you can follow me at Tahmorrow on all social media, and you can follow Clover on Instagram at CloverGRT. Wow, the bed just broke. Wow. Okay, thank you for watching and listening. I'll see you next time. Bye.